Alright, Metasploit loaded up. So we're going to use Windows, or exploit actually. Windows, SMB, and MS08 Net API. So we're going to set our host to our remote box.
Oh, UT ComSoc. Wow, very good.
And then we're going to set our payload to our meta interpreter.
There we go.
Well, what's the command?
And then
console.
Alright, is everybody up to speed? Awesome. If anybody has any questions, stop me or ask one of the officers around you. They'll be happy to help you out. So we're going to set meta interpreter for our Windows, and there's a bunch of different transport layers. We could do it over IPv6, we could do it over HTTP. A lot of corporate networks, they like blocking TCP, outbound TCP connections, and this is good because it... Is there any issues over there?
What's the command I run? Just started MSF.
Use... I'll show you.
Yeah, tried a bit of a prompt on it, but it said it came up.
Yeah, there you go. Use whatever.
Yeah, you want to use the exploit. So a lot of corporate networks, they'll block outbound TCP connections, and you can actually use HTTP to get around that. So we're going to use meta interpreter, and we're going to say a reverse TCP connection. So now if we say show options, we'll see a bunch of new options pop up. So now we can actually set the L host and L port. So I'm going to set the L host to myself, and then I'm going to set the L port to something completely random. Is anybody using that port? No? No? Okay. Port 7878. Awesome. So now we can actually run the exploit. So all you have to actually type in is exploit and execute. And we'll see that it sends over the exploit, and we're popped into a meta interpreter shell. So at this point, we have complete access to this box. We can do a bunch of things. So let's see what we can do. So it provides us a simple API to accessing files, downloading files off this box. It gives us a standard interface to networking, and also it gives us a nice, easy way to record your webcam if you have a webcam installed on your laptop. So you can be very creepy with meta interpreter too. So what's the point of gaining access to another machine on a network? There has to be a purpose to this. So a corporate might have some super secret machine, a machine that controls all the customer social security numbers. And they have this beautiful firewall in front of it. So we try to attack that, and we get rejected constantly. It's well set up, and it's well thought out. Meanwhile, we can route through this hack lab. We go through this workstation that we've exploited, and then that workstation might have access to this super secret data. So this allows us the power of bypassing all the security the IT pro put in, and allow us to steal the customer data and achieve our end goal. So if we run a command ifconfig or ipconfig on this box, we'll notice a couple strange things. We'll notice that one interface, wait, why is there more interfaces on this machine?
It's pwned.
I guess it's pwned. Well, anyways, we'll notice that there are two interfaces here. There's the one interface that we actually exploited, and then it has access to another corporate network. And this corporate network might be a development VLAN. It might be the production VLAN that's running the web services. Or it might be, in a government setting, it might be the secret network. And that secret network has classified information. And if you're a Chinese hacker, you want access to that network to steal certain things. So if we switch back over to the presentation, So now we have a route to this super secret data. But how can we access it? Well, we have this little drone, which we already exploited. So we're going to actually use that to gain further access into the network. So Metasploit allows this powerful routing feature where we can use any of the tools through another machine. So if we wanted to launch another Samba exploit to this new computer or new computer's network, we can do it through our drone. So we're going to add a route to Metasploit. So right now we're... Ooh, this is not good.
Yeah, we just got that too.
Damn.
Uh-oh. Did someone shut down the computer? Or maybe using the same memory corruption or exploit like 8 times in a row just crashed Windows.
Well, let's see here. We can
Yeah,
go so
this is going to be hilarious.
Console.
It's just going to be completely owned. Oh,
Really?
wow.
Nope, wrong machine. Wrong machine.
Who did that? Clearly.
Looks like...
I just run the shut.
So what? A shutdown -A. It avoids a shutdown.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to get a message to pop up, but it wasn't showing up on that one.
Yeah.
So that's the right machine.
That's a different machine.
Yeah,
That is a completely different
right.
machine.
Doing a shutdown.
That was a clever way of doing it.
It's a good way of looking at it.
Props to you, but
But the snacks so far look like they're mine. So,
so why can we not connect to that machine though?
so this machine, that machine over there is
No,
actually
.50.
.50. I don't
Try
know.
thinking.
That's the one that I done it on.
Here.
192.168.
Let me see if I can rerun it.
Yeah, we can try explaining again.
Yeah, no, 1.50.
All right, I'm just going to restart that machine.
Yeah, just restart the server service. It's probably sufficient. Start services, MSC. It'll be faster. Run
Just do shutdown -A, right?
services.msc.
Oh.
Services.msc. Services, huh?
You know what? It's actually...
Yeah, just restart it, actually. That'll be faster.
It will be faster.
The record.
All right, so let's try to go through this again. Sometimes this happens in the real world. Someone will shut down the machine and you lose access. So Metasploit does have tools built in so you can maintain persistence. So when the computer restarts, it'll actually make a call back to you so you can gain access again.
Were you telling us the IP of that one, or are we supposed to find it?
You're supposed to find it, but it's not the Windows XP box. It's
Okay.
going to be a Windows 7 box.
Like they're exploiting
For these Windows XP server right now.
That's the VM that we restarted. Put back the console
Oh,
if
okay.
you don't mind the code.
The 7 one?
Yeah, leave the 7 one up. So that's the machine you want to attack, is that guy. Alright, is the XP box up? Or?
I don't know. You have me switch.
Alright, so it's working now, I think.
No,
Sorry.
not yet.
Yeah.
Dang it. Keep a continual thing running and just see. Should be up.
There it goes.
Oh, okay, sweet.
The password's different, don't worry. Alright, so we're back in MetaInterpreter. What we're going to do is we're going to background the session. So by pressing Control-Z, we can actually say, hey, we still want to use the session, but keep it persistent in the background, because I'm going to do something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a route to that 10.10.10.
Uh-oh. It's not...
Windows XP sucks.
Windows keeps crashing.
It's frozen.
Alright, well anyways,
Frozen?
I have slides to show what happens.
Oh, that's good.
So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to add a route to that 10.10.10 network. And at that point, we're going to have full access to that network through Metasploit. So we can use an auxiliary module. We can't actually use InMap anymore since we're pivoting. So since we have to use the auxiliary module, there's actually a built-in port scanner in Metasploit. It's not as cool, it's not as fancy as InMap, but it gets the job done and it works well. So we're going to use that TCP scan. We're going to set some options. So we're going to set the our host to be our 10.10.10.0. We're going to scan that whole network, and we're going to find computers. But lo and behold, we find 10.10.10.90, and it's a Windows computer as well, because it has ports open like Windows. So from here, we can actually start attacking and penetrating the network. So what have we done tonight? We basically figured out the network, we have pwned a machine, and we have gained access to another machine that has super secret data. So when we actually go to the client and we say, hey, we found these exploits, this is what you can fix. We're going to say that, A, you shouldn't be running XP anymore. XP is end of life cycle. It's a crappy OS. You should be using something new. And also, they should start strengthening internal protections. You need to separate your resources. So that XP box had no business being on the public network there, and also being on that private network which had privileged access. Limit access to critical systems, and also security is only strong as the weakest link. And in this case, that was the XP box.
It should be exploitable again if you want to try to keep going.